Wondering how to use the BabyBuddha 2.0 breast pump? Then stick around. In this video, I'm going to walk you through all the different parts that make up this BabyBuddha breast pump, as well as how to assemble them, and of course, how to use the BabyBuddha breast pump. So let's get started and take a quick look at the different components that make up this pump. Now, if you are already familiar with breast pumps, you might want to skip ahead if you're already familiar with the different components. But for those new to pumping or new to the BabyBuddha, it is really great to get a quick overview of what is what. So first of all, you have your pump motor. This is what drives the suction for your pumping. Also has your control panel on it. Next, you have your tubing. So the tube as well as the connector piece. You then have your flange. So this is your flange with the flange tunnel here. This will connect your pump tubing to your bottle. You have your breast massaging cushion. You have your baby bottle, a duckbill valve, your diaphragm, you have your tubing connector, and then there's a bottle flange cover as well as a bottle holder. Okay, so how does this all go back together? First, we're going to take your duckbill valve, and that goes at the bottom of your flange connector. Simply push that into the bottom. You want to make sure that this goes in nice and firm. Anytime there are any air gaps, that can lead to loss of suction. So if you are pumping and you find that you don't have as much suction as you think you should, then double check that you have your parts nice and securely in place. So simply just give it a little tug, make sure it is firm. Okay, then we can attach our pump bottle that simply screws on to the base. We're going to want to take our diaphragm and simply place that on the top. We can then take our connector and place that on. Again, just give everything a little tug, make sure it's firmly in place. Then we're going to want to take our flange massager, and this has, if you can see here, there's a little lip. We're going to want to lift that up and over. So I'll do that around here so you can see, and make sure that that goes over the edge nice and securely. Okay, and then once that's in place, just run your fingers around, pushing to make sure that's nice and firm in place. Later on, once you've washed and sterilized, you can put on the cover if you choose. You don't need to. Then we are going to take our tubing connector. So when you get this, you might find that the tubing is in different pieces. You simply take the end, push one in each of the ports. Now you'll see that it has a tri-piece, so there are two that come out and one from the bottom. This one connector at the bottom that goes into your pump, the two side pieces, they will go into each of your bottle and flange setups. So let me attach both to show you. So I have the two pieces, T-pieces going out, they attach to your bottle, and then the third that comes from the center down, that attaches into the side of your pump. Now again, make sure these are nice and firmly into place. And then you are ready to start pumping. So one of the first things you're going to want to decide, are you going to be single pumping or double pumping? And on your T-piece here, you can see when that is aligned central, that is for double pumping. If we only want to pump, say, on your left side, you flick the button across. If you want to be on your right side only, again, you can flick that across, or you can simply go for double pumping. Now, I'll leave that on the double pumping. We'll take a look at some of the settings because I think that that's really important to have a great understanding of what does what with your pump. So you have 4 buttons. You have your power, you have your minus and your plus, and a mode option. So to turn on your pump, you simply press down on the power button. Your pump will turn on automatically. Now with the BabyBuddha 2.0, you have 3 different modes you can choose from. So you can see here that there is one single wave. That is your soft stimulation mode. If we press the mode button, it will swap us over. This little droplet here is your expression mode. And if you press it again, you get the 2 waves, which is your stimulation mode. So we are going to want to start in our stimulation mode, whether it is stimulation or the soft stimulation with the single. This is what helps to initiate our letdown. They are short suctions and they are to mimic the baby sucking and initiate that letdown. And then once we have our letdown after a minute or 2, we can switch over to the expression mode. Now these are longer, drawn out, deeper suctions for drawing out your breast milk. Play around with different patterns. Some people find that they need one letdown and then can do the rest of their pumping on the expression mode. Others find that they prefer multiple letdowns during their pumping, so 5 minutes of stimulation followed by 5 minutes of expression, and then swapping around, creating your own pattern. My best advice is start testing out different options and see what your body best responds to. Now on each of these different modes, you have the option to increase your suction level strength. So on the stimulation mode, you have 6 different levels. Now to adjust these, you press the minus to go down or the plus to go up. If I was to swap to the soft stimulation, again, you have up to 6 levels. And then in expression mode, you have up to 9 levels. So again, it's a bit of a trial and error to see what your body best responds to. My recommendation is to start low at around a 2 or a 3. See how it feels. You can always go down or you can always go up. Having the highest settings isn't necessarily the best. Higher suction doesn't always mean better results because it's also based on what your comfort level is. If you're really uncomfortable during your pumping session, you won't get as much milk output. So play around, start low and build it up till you find a level that feels comfortable and gives you a solid output. On the display here, you can also see that it has a timer. So this has been running for 3 minutes. And you can also see here that you have a battery indication. Okay, so when you are ready to pump, we've gone through all the settings. You take your completed pump and bottle with the flange. You are going to want to line this up with your nipple centrally. So you want to make sure that your nipple can flow nice and easy through the flange. If your flange tunnel is too large or too small, that can cause issues or damage even to your nipple, not just being uncomfortable. So you are going to first want to make sure that you have the correct flange size. Now, the BabyBuddha did not come with additional either flange inserts for me or flange sizes, so you will need to purchase these separately. Highly recommend before you even start pumping that you measure your nipple size. There are lots of nipple rulers you can use. I will also link to my video on how to measure your flange size. So once you have the correct flange, you are going to want to line up your pump with your nipple centrally. I love that this is a nice long clear tunnel so you can clearly see where your nipple is. Then we are going to secure your pump with a well-fitted pumping bra, making sure that this is nice and secure in place. Again, when we're talking pumping, it's all about suction. So if you have a little bit of a loose fit, you're going to allow air gaps. So having it nice and secure is also going to help with your overall output. Then you choose your settings. As I said, start with a stimulation, move over to expression, have a play around and see what works best for you. Run your pumping session 15 to 20 minutes. Again, it's a little bit of a give and take. Some like to run a little bit longer. Once you have finished your pumping session, you are going to want to lean forward using your finger to break the seal. You don't want to just rip it off because that will rip your nipple with it. Lean forward, break the seal, and then we can now remove your pump bottle. You don't want to lose any of that precious breast milk you have with your bottle. You could use the nipple that comes with it. You simply screw that on. If you prefer to store it without the nipple, you do have the cap that you can use, and then removing the nipple out of the bottle, you can store it as well in that way, or you can choose to pour it into a separate storage container like a milk bag. Once you have your milk nice and stored away and safely, we are going to want to remove any of the parts that have come in contact with the breast milk. So this does not mean your pump or your tubing. Your pump and your tubing do not come in contact with breast milk and do not need to be cleaned. If you get a splash of milk on your pump, simply just wipe it off with a dry cloth. We are only interested in the parts that come in contact with your breast milk. That will also mean your bottle and lid. And then we are going to want to clean them with warm soapy water after each use. You can also use a breast wipe as well to clean them if you're pumping on the go. And then once a day, we are going to need to sterilize these. The great thing with the BabyBuddha is a steam and UV sterilizer safe, just no higher than a 212 Fahrenheit. You can use microwave steam bags to sterilize. They actually recommend flash boiling no longer than 60 seconds, which is a little bit unusual because most are boil for 5 minutes, but that's okay. And they are also top rack dishwasher safe. So you have a lot of options. Again, you can also use something like a Milton sterilizing tablet or solution if you are out of time and you just want a nice, quick, easy option. So I hope this video helps. I should add in, actually, before I finish, replacement parts. One of the biggest things with your pumps is the parts do need to regularly be changed depending on your use. Now, it will depend if you are exclusively pumping multiple times a day, your parts will wear quicker. If you're only occasionally pumping once or twice a week, they will last longer. So parts that need to be regularly changed, they recommend your duckbill valve every 4 weeks. A great way to tell is if, see how this slit here is nice and closed? When this works, if I can get that to open, when you're pumping, it opens and closes and directs the milk into the bottle. When you start seeing this is a little bit open and not closing properly, when you have it out and you've washed it, that's a good indication it is time to replace. You may also find your suction isn't as strong, or you might be getting a few leaks. The milk isn't going down into the bottle, it's staying around in your flange. Try changing out your duckbill valve. That's a common culprit. You also have your silicone diaphragms. Now these need to be replaced around every 2 months, again, depending on your usage. Other parts like your tubing should be replaced every 6 to 12 months or as needed. Again, your flange and your bottle. Really, if these parts are getting scratched or worn out, discolored, distorted, that's when you need to look at changing them. Scratches can lead up to bacteria harboring in there. So again, it's a safety protocol to change these out if they get damaged. And then your membrane here is probably, again, every 6 months. Depends again on if you're finding that it's loosening up. If there's any damage to it, you'll want to replace it. So I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask and I'll do my best to answer. Cheers.